Hey Virgo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for January 29th, 2024. This is for Virgo last shuffle. So Virgo, what we have is playing it safe and we have courage. And so this tells me that you are going to have to be really, really brave, use a lot of restraint. Use a lot of restraint, and it may be really hard, and it's going to take courage to be that way because you may be so quick to say something. Yeah, because there's a conflict here coming up. And it may be with like the mother of your children, a mother figure, a parent, and it's an adult for sure. It's not like you're out here arguing with a 2-year-old, kind of thing. But there's some, which I don't know, that's a duh, right? It's a complete duh. But Nine of Wands over the whole reading tells me that this is a situation that is probably going to bother you a lot. You may feel like you've been thrust into a situation that is out of your control and is not your fault. Playing it safe is Queen of Cups, 5 of Swords, High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune. And this is talking a lot about how you're going to have to keep quiet. You can't, it's like instead of arguing, you need to forgive, flip the tables in this situation. That's the only way you're going to get what you want. You won't be heard. I will say this, that according to this, you will not be heard if you try to fight fire with fire. It's super important that you're just very compassionate, like, oh, wow, you feel that way, wow, instead of saying anything. With the High Priestess, there's nothing of substance that needs to be said, right? She keeps her secrets. But the playing is safe, and you have the Knight of Swords and Hierophant with courage. They're talking about speaking intelligently, but being honest and straight to the point, but not really giving any information that you know personally. So if there's an argument or some sort of conflict, you may feel like, why am I in this situation? I wouldn't have been in this situation if XYZ didn't happen. But at the same time, they're almost like flipping the tables on the person. So they come in and they're arguing with you. You get your way if you're more compassionate. They're like, Virgo, and another thing, this, that, a third, whatever it is. And you're like, oh man, I'm so sorry you feel that way. That is so sad. Maybe you should direct that to who it belongs to instead of me. And then don't mention names, don't mention situations or scenarios that you already know about. Just keep it to your, you know what I mean? There's some kind of energy of that. You will not be heard anyway. So it's important that you keep yourself in this place, the Queen of Cups, very compassionate, because the tables will turn that way. And then before you know it, now they want to hear the doggone story, because you've already made them feel, they're yelling at you. You're like, what? I see that you're upset. You're yelling. So, that for me, that would infuriate me more than anything else. But to someone who's doing this to you, it would not infuriate. It actually would turn the tables. It will actually change things. Your higher self is 3 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. And so this is talking about your past. And your higher self is saying that you've got to find a new way to work with people. You've got to find a new way to compromise, because you're better than that. It's an energy of loving yourself, knowing that you don't need to fight fire with fire. You don't need to be down in the trenches with somebody. Your higher self is asking you to rise above it. Right? Even if you're working alone on trying to find a solution or fix something or build something, it's like, continue to stay on that path though, of building this, of finding a common ground, of finding a way to work together or compromise. If that's what you're about, you stick to that, right? Jumping down into the 5 of Wands in the pit is not the answer. If anything, it's going to put you further and further in a situation where you're hurt even more, where you're damaged, or where you're incurring damage, you're incurring some sort of blockage and problems and such, right? So your higher self is asking you to go back. Almost, they're saying you're going to regret not doing this, to be honest with you. That you're going to regret it if you don't, right? Your higher self is like, you need to try something new. You need to become with a lot of compassion. Your cup need to be overflowing with compassion for a person, no matter how much they're rah-rah in your face. And so that changes things. It kind of like shocks a person into like, now they have to, because this person, whoever this energy is, they're intent on being in a conflict with you. But you set the tone for the conflict. So if you're coming in with compassion, all of a sudden they have to now come in with compassion. They're going to match your energy. I don't know if you guys ever watched Key and Peele, right? And that skit where they were on the airplane was, I couldn't breathe, okay? But that skit was just what this is showing. Like the air flight attendant was telling the passenger, please put on your seatbelt. We're about to experience turbulence. Of course, the passenger was like, I got to use the bathroom and I'm going to go anyway. And they're just like, there's a battle of wills. But because they decided to battle each other with silence, like with quiet, like, you are just so loud. Why are you so loud? And they continued to go down to the point where you could barely hear what the heck they're saying. And that's the energy they're saying. You could flip the tables from something being very contentious, very loud, very violent, to something that's like, now both of you have to match peace, love, and light. The next the person that's, that may be coming towards you with the conflict is going to come towards you with all this, you're like, I don't understand why you're so upset. All of a sudden they're Dr. Phil with you too. I don't know. You got to see that skit. I'm telling you, you'll see what I'm talking about. But victim mentality is King of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. And this is about an awareness. See what I'm saying? This victim mentality I was seeing. That if you are not in this place where you're realizing that you're coming with this peace, with this not really sharing, you don't need to give them details. You don't need to say anything because they're coming with all that anyway. It seems like if you do share any kind of tidbit of information, they're going to attack you with it. So this victim mentality with the King of Pentacles and Nine of Swords is telling me that it's like you're like, why am I always so stressed out? Why is this always, there's always a stress. There's always some kind of problem. Feeling like it's not fair that I have to do all the work. It's not fair that I have to be the responsible one. Why am I always the bigger person? That's something that Spirit does not want you to be in that. They don't want you in that place. It's like, yeah, it is messed up that you're the only adult in the room. However, it's to your benefit. You will regret not being the bigger person this time, right? So I will just leave it at that. You could be dealing with a Taurus. We have Pisces, Sagittarius, but we also have Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and a Capricorn or Taurus. Or I said Taurus already. Capricorn or another Virgo. My bad. So you could be... You could be Virgo, Libra cusp here, right? You also could be dealing with a Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp. Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp, or Capricorn, Aquarius cusp. We have Aquarius, Pisces cusp, and Taurus, Gemini. And if you're not dealing with these signs could be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.